Hello, everybody. Today is May 27th, 2022. Thanks, John. You are welcome to Friday Night Live with myself, Ron Hulbert, coming to you from Orlando, Florida, and my co-host, Lynn Nakamoto, coming from the West Coast, St. Petersburg. Come on by, Lynn.
Welcome, everybody. So glad to have you all here. We are going to cover a very important topic, and this topic was suggested to us by Ash Mufara himself. So we're very, very pleased to cover it. We have researched the topic. We're all ready to go. We've got about 50 minutes to present, and I think it should be adequate. And the topic today is the power of a single sign-on system. So we're going to begin today with Collins, who's going to present a general overview of this topic. Take it away, Collins.
Good evening and good morning. It's nice to be here again, with all the founders and the leadership council members and just everyone. You are more important. That's why we are here. Without you, we won't be here. So yes, as you said, Lynn, the topic is the power. So it's about single sign-on. But let me just go over again and look at it. The main topic, it says the value of having your entire digital world in a single sign-on with a wallet integration, a wallet integration and crowdfunding application for good cause. The power of having all of those things together, the entire ecosystem integrated with wallet, a wallet that will be used by millions and millions of people. So we're talking about cash in and cash out, cash in, cash out, and a crowdfunding application. So let's just look at this analogy. You have a store, or a shop. The shop has too many rooms, and all those rooms, they are all valuable things in there. So in some certain occasion, you need key to open each of those doors. So the moment you open the first door, you get in, you have to go and open all of those doors. So too many keys to open it. But now in the digital world, you step back, you say, no, I don't want too many keys. I just want one key to open. And when I open the door, I can see everything. So he said, my main key will be secure, which Brother Oliver will talk about security. And we'll talk about the importance of the key, the main key you are holding, which Vincent will talk about. So the moment you open that door, you have access to everything. You don't need to struggle anymore. Too many times, especially in our workplace, we have too many, login authentication, login password, which is really horrible. Some people really hate it because though sometimes you forget about the password, you can't do anything. And you have to call support. Please, I've forgotten my password. Can you help me with password reset? But now they are saying one key to open everything. And look at it. When you open, what will happen? Cash in, cash out. By the moment you are coming out, you have all your money in your wallet. You're coming out. Who do you meet? You meet someone who is standing there, tell you, can you give something for a good cause? That's our crowdfunding application. Something for a good cause. Can you give something? It's optional. You can give it or not. So let's look at the definition of a single sign-on. What does it mean? It is a session and user authentication service that permit a user to use one set of login credentials, for example, names and password, to access multiple applications. So one set of password to access multiple applications. What is authentication? It is verification of the user. So once you log in, they verify you and say, yes, this is the person. And from that moment, you have access to the world. Now we are looking at our ecosystem, the ONPASSIVE ecosystem. We have too many products, right? Dozen upon dozen. It will be crazy for us to have password for email, password for, so the moment you log in with you go in with your credentials, you get into the back office. What do you see? You see all the products. That is our ecosystem. Now, other companies will say, okay, Before you get into OME, you must log in again. Before you get into OSTAF, you must log in again. But what Mr. Ash Mufara have done is you log in with a secure credential and you can see everything in one place. So what they have done is that it is really great value because they have taken that hassle for you to have too many login. One, save of time and all of those things, hassle of a lot of things. And then the wallet, which is integrated. Remember, all our product is integrated and driven by AI. You know, security, I will leave it for Oliver and Bob. They will talk about that. And we're talking about the crowdfunding, where you can, you know, things will be happening. That will save millions. Remember, millions of people use it because the product is not built only for the founder, it's built as well for the resellers that will come in, the customers that will come in. What will happen? They will be chipping in, you know, participating, paying for these products and services. What will happen? Millions will be coming in. And what will happen with that amount that will be in your wallet? The moment you cash out as a founder, there is a crowdfunding application for a good cause. That is the heart of ONPASSIVE. Oh Bless is the heart of ONPASSIVE. A lot of people don't know. Oh Bless will change lives, lives upon lives. And we will see the power of Oh Bless when ONPASSIVE will take action. The only company that have built something like this, technology, IT company that have built software and then integrate it with something that will bless humanity. So I will leave it there until LYNN, and you can take it from there and then give it to the next caller. That's just the overview, and questions will take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Collins. Next, we're going to have Oliver Fonte, and he's going to talk about the security aspects of the single sign-on. Go ahead, Oliver.
Yeah, hi, everybody. Happy to be here. Nice to be here. And the security of SSO, single sign-on, when we look at the security, that single sign-on that is integrated with our wallet and crowdfunding. That's why I want to look at it. And my brother Collins has already given us a layman understanding what single sign-on is all about. That one key that open your house, all the doors are open. You have access to all part of your house or your store. But come again, the wallet. In your store, you have your cashier. You have your cashier. That is safe somewhere. There must be another key that is there. That is the wallet. That is the wallet. So it must be secured also, because you don't trust anybody, because you deal with molars, money. So it has to be secured also. And how do we secure this? Single sign-on is another layer of security that goes with authentication, as my brother Connie just mentioned. That the authentication is to define you, who you are, before they give you access into. Then that extra layer of security, that is single sign-on, that is one of the most beautiful things that we do have. But when we connect it also to the wallet with extra security, that wallet now has, it must have extra security. And we should remember that the wallet also is a product, it's an independent product that we have. It's an independent product that we have. And that independent product that we have, it comes with AI embedded into it, automated 100% and integrated. That is why we do have it. And it is stored in our premise. Hybrid data, multi-region cloud, on-prem and in the cloud. So we are sophisticated. Our normal, this thing, SSS, we are sophisticated, superior, you know. So when we look at it, and when our product, the wallet, is embedded with AI, artificial intelligence, that comes with its own security, that AI enables vulnerability to be found, that where humans cannot. And it also dictates vulnerability, threat in the system, and has that robust attack that also dictates future attack and the bad guys within. Because when you talk about wallet, you talk about money. People will be swapping their credit card, People use their personal information, so we have to secure it. And when it comes to that security, and that also goes to our multi-region data center, that is cloud also, we are fine and it's secured. We cannot beat that. Then come again, that is also connected to our crowdfunding. We should remember that OBLES is there. That is our crowdfunding. And that crowdfunding also has to be secured, because remember that we are going to have customers from OBLES outside. Not only us, even with us. There are bank information that will be installed also there. So based on all this, SSS, single sign-on, wallet, crowdfunding, somebody's there, and that relates also to the marketplace. The marketplace now, customers. So when we look at all this and the security that we have, anything that comes from the internet space or from the other side of the world, the customers that will be coming out, we don't trust them. We have a saying in security: trust, but verify. You trust, but you verify. That's why when we talk about SSS certificate, that certification, that our CEO also came and emphasized on that. You don't trust anything that comes from your third party, from your customers, from anything that touches the web, the internet. You don't trust it. We have to secure it. Our firewalls are there, multi-regions, prepared, waiting, AI, waiting. So when we look at our security, we are fine. Let me also go when we talk about our SSS, it reduces also too much work. The staff, they don't have that too much work to do, because it's embedded with artificial intelligence that comes with its own security, that is stored in our prem, hybrid, sophisticated tools that we have. Like the CEO told us that the other day, that we are going to dominate the data center, the world of data center. So go back to all what I've just talked about, the wallet. That goes with SSS. Extra SSS is already extra layer. The wallet is inside your building, secured also. And another product that is a standalone product within our ecosystem, all secured. We should not trust anything that comes from the internet. Don't trust. You trust, but you verify. You trust, but you verify. With security, you trust, but you verify. Because in our side, we are going to be fine. The customers that will be coming, we have to make sure that we protect our site, and our site is protected. Since we are running out of time, I just want to leave it there. I had a lot to talk about also, but maybe tomorrow we'll add more meat into everything. Thank you, Auntie Lynn.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Oliver. The next speaker is going to be Vincent. He's going to be talking about the benefits of a single sign-on and authentication. So go ahead, Vincent.
Okay, thank you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you all, everyone. Thanks to coming to this great webinar. So today I will talk about the advantages of having a single sign-on in our ecosystem. So today, a single sign-on authentication, I will say, is required more than ever. So because nowadays, almost every website requires some form of authentication to access its feature and content. So with the numbers of websites and services rising, a central login system become a necessity. So the first advantage of having the single sign-on, we're talking about single sign-on elevate user experience. So we know that how many times you have left frustrated because you couldn't remember your username or password, or maybe for a specific particular application. So maybe twice, countless times. So this is one advantage. So it's elevate user experience. So the second one I will mention is a single sign-on also save time, because I know human are no, we are not machine like to remember every single password, like we can have a dozen of password or maybe login credential. So it's not easy to remember. So what we do in some situation, we allow them to change our password, like when you go set password, reset password, or even forgot password. So you click that system to go to that. So this is also save our times not to go into that, because having single sign-on, it allows us to save also time. And then single sign-on improve speed where it's matter the most. So what that means, you know, if we go to big industry or maybe something like a healthcare, an hospital, so sometimes they need time to save maybe people life. So the doctors or the lab biologists, they don't have time to log into different applications to go on and on and on. So having a single sign-on, it helps them, it makes speed also to help them to do their job much more quicker. So that's why I say speed also the time for them to do their jobs. So this is one also application. So it's incredibly useful for them to have that. And then I'll go to another point. It helps also regulatory compliance, like when you do like a payment card industry, data security standards. So this help also to improve on this security system. No, Uncle Bob will be there, and then he'll talk about more on these issues as well. So it's also one of the aspects compliance system as well. So single sign-on system help also for compliance. Single sign-on system also cut down IT help desk cost, because while having single sign-on also avoid users or employees to always send a ticket to IT to ask request for password and also reset password, change password. So this is also help as well, and then cut down the time for IT guys to do their job, because you reduce the time to send ticket, ask people to reset password. So this is also one of the advantages as well, cut down IT help desk costs. So it costs less money, and then it costs also less time for IT guys to have some time to do something else. And also avoid hiring a lot of IT staff, because if we have to change password all the time, we have to employ a lot of people to do the job. But with a single sign-on, we have less requests for password changing, and then reduce the job also for the IT staff. So as single sign-on revamp security. So single sign-on, and like Brother Oliver said, single sign-on help also for security system. Also, it help a lot gather the security around our application, like O-Wallet. Today we are talking about O-Wallet. So when you sign in with all the security sign-on system, O-Wallet integrated with our other login system, it will help also for high-level company resources. So we have to protect all this. So this is also some advantage of having a single sign-on system. Yeah, so we're running out of time, so I'll leave it there until LYNN for the next person to come in. Thank you, Uncle LYNN.
Thank you. That was really good. Good overview of the benefits of the SSO and authentication. So next we have Bob Takusi. He's going to be talking about digital transformation and digital trust, as well as compliance considerations. Go ahead, Bob Takusi.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good to be here. Greetings from Bel Air, Maryland. It was a beautiful day here today. So when we talk about bringing our digital world to one single sign-on system, we are effectively talking about digital transformation or digital trust. And actually, I was in a conference 3 weeks ago or so. I told my brothers here, you know, the predominant theme throughout that conference was digital transformation, digital trust, you know. But the difference, or what caught my attention, was they were making projections 2025, 2026, things are going to be different. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, mixed reality. And I was constantly thinking about all of us here. I was thinking about Mr. Ash Mufare, because while those folks are projecting in the future, we are now, Mr. Ash Mufare is taking us there now. He actually says we are building tomorrow's technology today. We are about to do what other companies are struggling to do for the future. We are doing it now through digital transformation. We are using artificial intelligence to build everything. Finance, healthcare, entertainment, everything is all about going digital, online, you know. But it starts with trust, with the trust within the system, what we call digital trust, to give the users and the providers of this system the confidence of this ecosystem that we're about to roll out. That is what is called digital trust. So the people that are using the system have to also trust in the system, that we are following the laws that my brother just said. We are following the norms, the rules, everything that it takes to make sure that this system is secure. We are following all those norms. And it begins with actually single sign-on. You know, when we have this massive ecosystem, we want to make sure that those who are coming into the system, those who have access to it, they are going through a robust authentication and authorization process, as some of my brothers have just said, but I'll just briefly talk about it a little bit. You know, we call it could be two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication, where the system actually authenticates you before giving you access to all these different products. For instance, they want to know who you are, who you say you are. If you are, who you are is like your username and your password. That's who you are, right? They could also ask for what you are. It could be a biometric information, maybe something like your fingerprint or your facial recognition. That's what you are. Or it could be something that you have, like something that they sent to you, like we know we use our, like a token or something, we use our OTP password, which comes to you. So that some places, some systems will require those three measures, some require two. So we call it either a two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication if it's more than that. So this helps the system to do several things, like my brothers have just said. It authenticates you, number one, make sure that you are who you are, and then it gives you the access to the various applications that, based on who you are, your title, your role, you have access to those accounts. So when you log in at one time, you have access to each of those applications and the advantages that my brother Vincent has just told us for doing that. In the real world right now, most of us who are here right now, when we go to work, we log into one application. We primarily, most of us, all of us, everybody here who has a job, we are using a specific system, maybe 90% of the time. But we also need other systems, other applications to assist us. Like maybe, for instance, you might be working, doing something, you have a problem with your system and you need support, help desk. You will go into another system, maybe something called ServiceNow. There's something called ServiceNow. You go in there and you raise a ticket or you need support. You have to go in, you log in. Maybe at the end of the week, you want to put your time in. You have to go to another application. There's something called Adaptive. You know, you go in there, you put your time. Maybe you want to check your paycheck for the week. You go in, you log into another application, something called ADP. Everybody knows ADP. You go into ADP, you log in, you check your paycheck. What if you want to take time off? There's another application, Workday. You go in, you put in your time request. So you are constantly logging in and out of all these applications. But what single sign-on does to all of us, and what we are bringing in here, is that as soon as you are being authenticated and you are authorized to use all those systems, once you click it, you are in. You click it, you are in. And then all the advantages that my brother Vincent just told us. That is the beauty about single sign-on that Mr. Ash and our team have integrated into this system that we're about to roll out. We also have our wallet integrated into our marketplace. It's a vast marketplace, as we say. That is a huge, huge, huge big deal. We know that we have our e-commerce that is coming. to me, I'm imagining OCommerce to be like one of the biggest marketplace ever, right? It should be, to my mind, I'm just imagining, I'm just thinking out loud here. It would be better than eBay, Alibaba.com, and Amazon combined. These systems were built in the 90s, around the mid-90s. We did not even talk about artificial intelligence then. Artificial intelligence has been around for a while, but we did not really, but our own now is being built with AI from the scratch. I just know that it's going to be the best. And then it has a wallet that is integrated inside. But the security is what I want to also emphasize on here, like my brother Oliver said. Remember, we have in our wallet, you're going to authenticate yourself through additional steps, through facial recognition. ONPASSIVE and her products, including O-Wallet, is bad news to scammers. They are not going to be able to break through. I can guarantee you that. First of all, we have AI that is in there. It has these automatic detective capabilities. It's going to figure you out based on, it's going to monitor you and pick you out, fish you out, and knock you out of the system. And then that IP address is going to be blacklisted. You will never be able to come back in. So ONPASSIVE is bad news for scammers. I can guarantee you that. And then we also have, as Oliver said, the SSL and TLS certificates. Before you even get access to this wallet, the SSL certificate authenticates that transaction, make sure that it is a valid transaction from a valid source, and then creates the ability for an encrypted session. So the transaction that is coming in there is also encrypted through another protocol called TLS. So it is encrypted from one endpoint to the other without any means of any hacking. And there can be no middleman, intervention in this case. There's also one additional protocol that I think, I'm just thinking here out loud, that they might also be implementing here. There's something called file hashing, where you lock the file. You lock the file as it's going across the communication channel, so that even anything that happens, the integrity, especially when we're dealing with wallets, millions of transactions going through, money being transacted per milliseconds, you lock this file to maintain the integrity of the file. It's called file hashing. I'm pretty sure that our guys in Hyderabad are also implementing this protocol, but I'm not certain about it. Maybe Mr. Ash will tell us when he comes in. So all this tells me that this wallet, our digital wallet, is going to be the bomb. And then I'm also looking at the fact that right now we're in 200 plus countries. What do we think? What would be the count? What will be the number? Maybe in another, say, 2 to 3 years, how many people will be in this marketplace? The wallet. So I'm looking at this wallet as something that could be the norm in the next few years. Everybody might have a digital wallet, and we know that you can also, I can give money to Oliver, and through our wallet, we can do transactions and things like that. So it's pretty good. And then we have our crowdfunding. I'm just going fast now. We have our crowdfunding also integrated in there, standing at the door as you are cashing in, it's there. I'm sure, I wish there's some kind of an auto check box there that you can check for the system to just take the money based on whatever you want. I imagine what someone like Mr. Chris Johnson would do if we have these millions and millions of transaction money coming in, and his main purpose is to heal the world. So that is something that's really going to help us. And then, of course, we get compliance. With compliance, Mr. Ash told us we have anti-money laundering already embedded inside within the system. So like I said, security is there. There's no way that, anyone can do any money laundering stuff, because we are monitoring. The system is it's on autopilot. It's going to catch any kind of laundry or any kind of illegal transactions that's going on. GDPR, privacy laws are also, the system is being built cognizant to the fact that there are privacy laws that must be adhered to, like GDPR in Europe, CCP in California, and then of course, Vincent talked about the credit card, PCI DSS compliance and all the right. So I'm just going to leave it there. We have a lot to say, but we're going to pull this all out tomorrow at our OTech Pros workshop. Thank you. Back to you, Auntie Lynn.
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, don't worry, because tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern is our OTech Pros, and the subject will be single sign-on, and we'll be able to discuss it further. So please join us. It will be posted in the back office, so no sweat at all. Thank you, Bob. So now we're going to have our resident geek, Jeffrey Morla, who is going to come in and speak to us and say whatever he thinks. Go for it, Jeffrey.
I get to say whatever I think, huh? Oh, that could be dangerous.
Yep. It's 8:50, so within that time frame.
Am I the last one? I mean, if I'm not, and you'd like someone else to go, they can certainly go, because I've been listening to these four guys, and
you go. You
okay,
go,
then
Jeffrey.
what I'd like to do, if it's okay, not only for those folks here, but I know we got a lot of tech people here, and I know that they're pretty savvy, but we're going to have people from YouTube and everybody watching this. So what I'd like to do is pull everything together and explain the soup and nuts of all of it, and pull in parts of what these guys all talked about, which is phenomenal. I mean, I was taking notes, and I love when you're talking about trust but verify, because that's an incredible idea that goes almost with anything and everything, whether you're talking about kids or whether you're talking about business or industry. So anyway, what I'd like to do is just kind of pull all this together and explain not only what it is, but its benefits, but how it all fits into and with ONPASSIVE, and how it's relevant to us as we're moving forward. Because I'll tell you, Mr. Mufar's got some genius into this stuff, you know. And I mean, we all know that businesses are moving to the cloud, right? And they're taking advantages of these third-party services that everybody was talking about to get on multiple apps anytime, anywhere, you know, from any device. It's just incredible, especially, you know, with the Internet of Things happening. And this is essential. It's essential for a couple of things: efficiency as well as the customer experience. And SSO can help, right? Now, SSO is a single sign-on process. It's an authentication process, a verification process, if you will, that allows a secure access over multiple related applications or systems. And you only use one set of credentials, like the guys before me said, right? Just one log on and you're there. And the process, as it was also said, is based on trust between the folks that hold the identity information, called the identity provider, which is us, the IDP, right? That's us, the users, and those that can identify or authenticate us as the users for that service provider. And in our case, that's the business that has the applications we want to use, right? It's for us, that's OFounders, which means our service provider is ONPASSIVE. So this is absolutely relevant for every one of us. So as an ID provider, us, right, we type in that information, right, the ID and the password, and you sign on to a page. It goes out as a request, you know, across the internet via SQL. You've probably heard the text talk about SQL. It's structured query language. It's just a specific computer language. It uses syntax. It uses things like from and where and equal and stuff like that, which is not important here. But just know that there's a request that goes out for data. That data is then matched against the database information. If it comes back correct and matched, then you get access, right? But that is all done with scripting language, which is just computer language for giving instructions to other software. That's what that is. But anyway, as an identity provider, when we type the information into the sign-on, it goes out, it comes back. That's where your trust and your verification comes in, because what we're looking at is our information is matched against what's in the database, so it can be verified. And if there's a match, then we're authenticated and we're getting access to that site. In our case, obviously, ONPASSIVE runs the database, right? So, I mean, who better to trust than ONPASSIVE? So also in our case, though, and in keeping with the high standards of ONPASSIVE, Mr. Mufar and all that, that triggers another level of security that we all know and love as OTP. We're used to that one, the one-time password, right? So what is the purpose of SSO? Well, its main purpose is to give us, the users, the ability to securely log in to individual apps and resources in a trusted group. So there's that trust again, right? Like OFounders. We log into OFounders, or maybe even the ONPASSIVE digital ecosystem, as was mentioned, using a single set of credentials. And the benefits, which, you know, Vincent and Collins went through, it's easy, right? Employees and customers, founders, that we probably don't like memorizing a lot of different credentials, for multiple applications. I know I don't. We don't have to with SSO because it's a lot easier. We're not signing on multiple times. And this is going to also, as they were talking about with the IT and not having to log in and do all sorts of things, that's going to save us money. It's going to save us apples, right? I mean, what if this IT team had to support multiple app sign-ins, right? Setting up and switching and resetting. I mean, that takes a lot of time, man. And with the SSO, we can save resources and money that's going to be used elsewhere, i.e. founder profit sharing. There was a study also that said that there was about 50% of all help desk calls are due to password errors and password work. So that's crazy. The guys also talked about security, improved security. Man, without a doubt. I mean, there's a myth out there that says, oh, we don't want one single password because if somebody gets that one password, they got access to everything. Well, it doesn't really work like that. I mean, SSO significantly decreases any likelihood of a password related hacks, since the users only have to remember the one password for all their applications, right? They're more likely to create solid, complex, really hard to guess passwords, which is what we want, right? And they're less likely to be using or reusing the passwords, they write them down, that sort of thing. In our case, ONPASSIVE, actually, we mentioned it takes it to the next level with another additional layer of security, and that combines our SSO with what's called multi-factor, which is MFA. It's a multi-factor authentication. That is the 6-digit code that we get with a one-time password, right? Because the multi-factor authentication requires that we get another piece of evidence, a second piece of evidence to prove identity. Again, we want to trust who we are logging on. We want to trust them, and that's where the trust comes in as well, right? And that can be delivered via phone or email, which is what we do. And I mean, that OTP, I know I'm grateful for it. Wouldn't have it any other way. They also talked about enhanced customer experience. That is one of the most valuable benefits of SSO. And that comes in a lot of different ways. And I don't want to try to get into that, but there's also increased productivity, because with single sign-on, we reduce the time spent signing and managing on the passwords, changing passwords, not to mention trying to remember what they are and where they go, so we can skip all that extra time. Not to mention also, when we log on to OFounders or onto ONPASSIVE, it's going to be, then that one login is going to give us everything that we absolutely have. And when you consider that we're having one location that allows access to every platform, to every product, an entire global marketing place, right? That is connected to, as the text said, a very secure wallet that can transfer funds freely and seamlessly between the wallets in ONPASSIVE from one location. I mean, that's got to make your head spin, not to mention all the other things that we've got going on with physical products, and it's all tied in together. So my hat's off. Again, you guys are great. You got my head spinning and a whole lot of ideas, and I appreciate it, Lynn. Thank you. I hope that was helpful for everybody.
That was great, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
Said a lot in just 10 minutes. Amazing. You covered a lot of ground.
Well, there's a lot more, and you can tell because the text before me, you can see they're kind of chomping at the bit, really wanting to, maybe we just need to get out and do a good video or something, because there's a lot of good information. Thank you.
As they say, it's a meaty topic, right? You could actually go a week just discussing this one topic alone. So, I get where they're coming from. There's a lot more to share, but we have some time constraints. But I would like to bring in Marty at this time to say a few words, if you don't mind. Marty, come on in. Are you free, Marty?
No, not really, but I'll wing it.
You're not?
No, I'll be okay.
All right.
Kids were fighting. I just got them to be quiet. It's Friday night. Yeah, a single sign-in. I'm going to make it really simple because that's what I do. Be able to go to everything we have in one login. It's that simple. Like when I market, I had Aweber, I had a funnel builder, I had an app. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different apps. I had to go to Skype. I used Zoom. Well, Zoom is just, yeah, I use Zoom a little bit. But you do all those things. Now you can all do it under one roof. So you can actually be on something, click a little icon while you're in there and bring that on with you. The amount of time that it's going to save you will blow you away, because you're going down, you're putting something else up in the tab. You got to log in. You got to get the password. You got to get, with this, you just go boom, you're in. And anything you need to do is on this big spaceship dashboard where you can go, I want that, I want that, I don't need that, I want that, I want that, I want that. And you bring it in, you record wherever you want to record, you move everything where you want to. All the other stuff is drag and drop. So you say, okay, I'm going to make a page. I like that, but I don't like that image. I'm going to switch it with that one. I'm not going to use that sentence. I'm going to put that one in. Boom, you made a new page. You run that over to the other. You make a small video, and boom, you log it in. You shoot it out of OConnect, broadcast it into Facebook and YouTube, suck people out of there and bring them into ONET, and wham, bam, we're all millionaires. I know I cut through a lot of that, but anyway, it just makes everything really simple. It's one dashboard, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, boom, you're done. And trust me, I've had tabs all the way across my computer, and I'm going to this one, I'm going to that one, I'm going to that one. Then I go, where was I at? Where was I at? You got to, this one, it's like you got the Starship Enterprise right at your lap, right? And you can go, I want that, I want that, I want that. It's going to be fun. Especially a crazy idiot like me, I'm going to have a blast with it. I may not accomplish anything, but it'll be fun trying, right? So no, it'll be big. And marketers out there right now that are failing and losing money, they don't want to tell you that, but that's what they're doing. They're all losing money. When they see this, with all that it comes with, and one sign in, come on, drop the mic. Game over. Shut it down, Lynn. I'm just kidding. No, but that really, it's a big deal. It's a much bigger deal than we think, and we'll even see it when we get into it and go, oh my God, this is so easy, right? I mean, it's so easy, and there's no tricks, no nothing. It's all yours. It's all yours. That makes you a pro on day one. Anyway, that's all I have.
Hey, Lynn, can I add something to that just to reassure some people of something?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, when we talk about having access to everything we've got, which is 50 departments and lots of products and the entire platform, and you think when you log on, it's going to be a very, very busy screen with all sorts of stuff. You're not going to know what to do. That is not the case. We've seen how Mr. Mufara creates his software and his interfaces, and it's going to be real simple. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be easy to use. It's not going to be complicated, and it's not going to be all in your face. So it's going to be a waffle up at the top somewhere. When you click that, it's going to line things up. You'll be able to choose. It's going to be easy, and it's going to be simple, and it's going to be right.
I agree. I totally agree. And guess who's here to elaborate on that further? Mr. Ash Mufara.
Oh, I thought you were calling me back.
Marty, you're so
Take
funny.
it away, brother. Take it. Well,
Are you going to come
Lynn.
in, Marty?
Is Ron here? Is he okay?
Thank you for. Yes,
hey,
Ron is
how are you?
here.
Didn't hear you. I was listening on the phone while moving around on YouTube. Thank you, tech geniuses. I would hire you to be my boss in a heartbeat. And I'm getting very difficult and restrictive when it comes to hiring nowadays. Very selective. So you guys are impressive. I thank all of the incredible founders who are here Friday night, evening. And I understand the topic is about single sign-on, but we want to talk a little bit about other varieties since you are here, out of respect for your time and for what Lynn and Ron and all of you do. Let me share my entire screen. So if we see some privacy, please keep it down. I know we're live, but that's totally fine. All right. So as of today, we have launched a new ONPASSIVE website. And take a moment and navigate on that. Shortly, we're going to have it replicated to all of you. It's very different and more unique than the ones before for a couple of reasons. I'll share that right now with you. So this is the first scroll down. Scroll down without clicking anything. Perhaps don't forget, each one here is almost like a whole website, whether the blog, the career, the video website, okay? Before we go to the careers website, it is time to ramp up our products pace and production. You're gonna see some new icons and logos we haven't seen before right there in the face. Oh, Doodle, oh, Booking, and more access with the same exact login there. Connect right there in the middle, and all of this stuff that we know about and we've been working on. And trust me, I get nervous. I understand, you know, when you come here with a bunch of engineers and wizards, you have to do your homework. So I always have to up my game when I come here because there are sharper people than I am. And I want to make sure, hey, you know what? We know something too. And oh, traffic is added. It's a whole thing. Oh, my life. Oh, host. Yeah, isn't it a product? And so on and on and on and on. Okay, so our same login, single login will be the same, but it will open more tools and more windows for us, all right? And more products and more features. And I'll tell you the whole theory about, but let me brag a little bit before we do that. So now we are picking up pace. When do we have a new website for ONPASSIVE? Not in 2 weeks, in 1 week. So next Friday, hopefully by this time, God's will, we will come here and we will see a brand new website. Yet, we don't diminish what we built. Compounded effort, compounded business model, stacking the cool. This website is exclusive for our Ohio portion, and it is targeting for our branch in Hyderabad or for India at the moment, soon to be expanded to more locations and more regions, as we know. So take the time to navigate. Everyone is a whole website on its own. And this is the ONPASSIVE blog. We've changed it. That's the good news. The bad news is only going to last for another week. So next week, you're going to come to the blog. It's going to be a different design. That's how fast things are. You're going to have a completely new blog next week. All right. So we are ramping things up. New blog, new ONPASSIVE.com website, and ONPASSIVE founder's position is coming to an end, as we all know. So a while ago, I decided the whole theory of the single sign-on. While I am on my computer here, I'm going to share a couple of things with you. I decided I want to give value to my fellow friends. And they are a little bit of a bunch. To be exact, the number is around 8 billion friends. I decided, what can I do? Those who know me and don't know me, I don't care about the personal connection, but I feel it's an obligation. If I know something, if I have the ability to do something, why not do the effort to do it, okay? And or to make it happen. And I took the initiative, and now we have so many incredible forces with us, like yourself, to ensure that we will reach that ambition, making 8 billion people's life easier and save them time. When you save them time, they're going to have the ability to get what's more important done, what matters more to them than being
Nope.
slaves to technology and systems and platforms. If we free them up for more time, they have more energy, less frustration, they're going to be more productive. Ultimately, I believe it's going to increase their lifespan. We discussed this with another new member of our professors today, somebody in the new departments that we are launching. And we believe that by saving everybody's time, like 1 to 2 hours a day, I'm going to play with my calculator, okay? So 8 billion times 2 a day, that's like 16 billion times 30 a month times 12 a year. All right, so I'm going to play with it if you allow me to. So we're going to have 16 billion a day. That's 16, and you put 9 zeros, okay? Time 30 or 365 one time. All right, that's what we save them in a day. It broke my calculator. Apparently, I have to upgrade my digits and my numbers. All right, it's trillions of man hours what you will save, and that's doing good for humanity. So that is the main purpose of combining everything, reorganizing the whole digital ecosystem in one single shop, one single platform, and doing it. But to my tech fellows, they know there's something called Smart Link. And remember, we have O-Tracker. So we have the ability to capture anyone who interacts with our hundreds, ultimately millions and millions of websites and portals. So let me give you an idea how many, okay? Day one, we're gonna have, if we start with like 5 websites on the low end, we're gonna have 5 to 10 million as of now, not adding any more customers before or up until now, all right? So day one, 1 million, I'm not, I'm rounding that up to the lower part. So 1 million times 5 website. Day one, we start with how many? 5 million websites. So there are going to be many millions. So come 100 days later, you're going to have hundreds of millions. All right. So, and the new customers, and everybody has that. So if somebody joins today, and we've been in business for a year, day one, they're going to have well over, say, 400 websites. All right. This brings up one idea. So everybody can think, how are you going to do all of that? It's simple. I have to tell you something. A lot of people accuse me for being genius. I'm not. Okay. So it is plain English. You got 8 billion people, 5 billion of them go online. And I'm going to, the reason I kept my browser open here, because it's going to kind of expand your thinking. It's a piece of cake. Okay. You just have to know the math and connect things together, piece of the puzzles. Now, those 5 billion, they don't have the same interest. You see why we have every week a new website and all that, and you go to the back office, like you have so many links, right? Okay, remember this? Like you have so many links, and that's before we even complete all the products we have. Okay, so the year, to my knowledge, last time I checked, it was 365 days, and that's nothing. So if I have 365 good leaders, not even 1,000, okay, I have Lynn Nakamoto with a good story. I have Bob, I have Vincent, I have Colin, I have Oliver or Willow or any of you here, okay? Ron, of course, Chris, everybody has a story, okay? Chris comes up with the Oblast story. The tech guys, they would focus on on the single sign-on. Another guy would, be impressed about OSTAP. Jeff Morlock would talk about, the impact of humanity. Everybody would have a story. So if we only have 365 different stories, package them on a different website, right? Whether it's a product, whether it's an impact, whether it's an effect that we have, we got 365 different stories to tell. So if you hear it from one, I mean, we don't even have enough days to tell every story in the year. So that means it's going to take us 2 years to repeat something. Okay? See how simple it is? 365 different things. Now, if somebody doesn't connect with 3, like living right now, with a heartbeat, and they don't connect with any of the 365 stories, what do you want them for? They connect with Academy Impact. So that's enough. So we have a circle or a cycle of 365 different stories year round, okay? And every day it's done for you. You come in, you have a website, location, digital real estate property, perfected with all the whistles, with all the licensing, with all the compliance done for you, piece of cake. I'm not doing it. There's some brilliant people are doing it. Okay. And that will change automatically on passive, on our shoulder, on passive, right? You do that, you wake up tomorrow, no matter what time, it's a brand new website. So we have 365 shots a year, if not more. Okay, you're talking about if we have a unique event, we have a different funnel, a different website for it. So say 400. If somebody comes in after we have been, a year in business, they're going to have at least 400 websites day one, not after another. And now the next year, they're going to compound. We don't throw anything we make, okay? There's a very ugly Russian saying, I don't think you want to get trapped with any of the details, but get the analogy. They tell you, don't throw anything in Russian. Okay, even the rat. One day you might have a use for it. So how could we use something like throw something like a beautiful, nice website like the one we did today, or the blog, or so we don't throw anything. Everything we do, we compound, okay? We build on it. So that's the brilliance about ONPASSIVE. You have so many shots to get something. Now, here's what I want to tell our tech guys. Smart Link, okay? OTracker. You have a lot of things. Any click on any device, we have the ability to capture them. On any of the hundreds of areas of interest, whether it's a product, whether it's impact, whether it's finance, whether it's education, communication, humanitarian, you name it, social, they've got to like something or have an interest. That's why they're online. A smart link. You click there, it's already hooking you up, reeling you in through the email. So that's even beyond the single sign-on. Now, similarly, okay, you understand if you're following through, we also believe in the smartphone era. So as much as I encourage everybody to enjoy the design and all of that, the fancy stuff, especially videos, etc., on bigger screen, but at the end of the day, we're connected through the mobile devices. And that's not going to go anywhere. It's going to have just, okay. So we're connecting people with their identity, like you're holding their social security number in your pocket. All right. You're going to have that domain name. You're not going to go away if I have ronhalbert.com. You're not going to go away. I have your identity, okay? And it's not by force. I mean, this is a good value for you. You're not going to mind. I'm giving you all of this massive value for peanuts, and instantly, without lifting a finger, golden platter, literally, and then we compound on that. And anybody on any stop, they go there, okay, not before the single sign-on, any click, that smart link is going to capture them. But also, we believe in mobile apps, etc. So any click or any interaction, and they click that down, it's over. All right, you got them in, and now you got so many. And if you think like 30, 40 products, what's displayed on the website right now, remember, we didn't start, okay? So don't judge yet. We have more, okay? I think you have an idea. So there's more physical products. There's more, things in academia. There's more things in human, so many, okay? And I think you will enjoy the harvest of that. It's that simple. Smart link, smart registration, smart devices. Go to one gate that you get everything, and once you have a reason for it. We're going to hold your social security, your identity card, if you don't have that. All right. Going to give you a royal treatment inside, and you have no reason to go. So now forget the 5 billion right now. I'm going to show you something that will make you think. Okay. So as of now, let's take a look at the global population. All right. As of today, this is a live clock meter. All right. And this is how many today, not even 500,000, right? New people. Okay. How many addition this year so far? And we're approaching half year, 56 million. So can we round it up, like, at this pace, we're going to have roughly 110 million a year. All right. That's the growth of human birth population. Okay. Growth in our population. All right. So those are new people. You know that the internet is going much faster than that? Because if 200,000 a day, we have nearly 500,000 new users added to the World Wide Web every day. Every year, last year, close to 200 million. I just had that open for you. So right now, 5 billion, okay? See it on the screen. And they, annual, roughly 200 million, but 110 million new people. So the internet is going faster than newcomers to this planet. 500,000 today, 200,000 new people. Their future is digital, all right? So if we just capture those by the time they're, using the internet at this space. But what if people decide in those 2 extra hours a day they would breed more? I'm just saying. So we will have a better fertility. I'm just saying. Okay, so we will increase lifespan. We will increase the human population, the growth. All right, and we will be able to accomplish more because our time is the most precious asset we have. Okay, it's more precious than money itself because you're not limited to what you could achieve. So that's been said. Okay. When I decided I'm going to make the life of 8 billion friends easier, all right, and it's for the first time ever, because we're not driven by profit, for the first time, a company is treating your life including finance, money, effort, business, all of it as it's ours. We treat it as it's ours, and we take care of it. So you have a better and a more concrete way of succeeding, because we have been this way around. All right, so if we target on the average, how many people a year? Okay, 200 new million people that are going online added. Those people need to start choosing things. What do they do online? They communicate, they do business, they interact, right? They learn, they get educated or provide education, etc. So they have something to do. All right, those 200 million newcomers every year. All right, keep it at that. Now, before the generations before them, like our generation, and before, there was a generational gap and disconnect. Like, you know, the internet, as you see, and the digital world is going so fast. But if you're like me, we slow down in our learning as we grow. So we get intimidated by learning new stuff. How many people, you know, that's not for me. I have no chance. That's it. They get to a point, they're not even open to learn. Even they could. So that's a problem. Those people will be left behind if we keep going so fast, but they're, you know, it's not like they're dead. They're still here. So we cannot count a solution without them, right? And for the newcomers, it's a beautiful opportunity, the baby boomers and the millennial, okay? Because they come and they don't have to go through what we went through. The learning, the searching. The most wasted time ever is looking for lost things or unfound things. Lose your car key, spend half an hour looking for it, and it was in your pocket. Okay, and can you imagine if you need to look for 50, 60 essential products? And by the time you use it and waste 2-3 months or more, a couple much money, okay? So money on it, that's not for me, okay? Or that's unethical, or they're not doing what they promised, right? And you move on to the next one and next one. Can you imagine how much time we're gonna save for those new generations when they come in? It's all connected, integrated together. You don't have to look. There's one place. There's not internet. There's one place called ONPASSIVE. That's all you need. There's not one place, not ONPASSIVE. There's not internet. There's my identity. You're born, newbaby.com. New baby was born today.com. All right. In 18 years from now, they're going to have their property reserved for them without even sweating. So this is what we do. We cut time, we make it easy, okay? Turn something overwhelming, scattered, unorganized, happened by accidents, by monopoly, by manipulation, by some funny stories, and some are good, but for the most part, timing helped them. People lost their mind, okay, when they had the ability to be on a social media platform where they can type and everybody else can see it. Mind-boggling. Wait until we give everybody their own platform. You type, you draw, you talk, you video, you do whatever you want in one place, and that's your name on it. Not so-and-so slash, you know, Lily Lane. Are you the one who called me ugly? I was driving somewhere in Washington. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will heal. I'm looking for a doctor, therapist. Thank you. Good to see you, Lily. That was funny. I appreciate that. Yeah. You know, when people, think they have any ownership is just incredible. They want to be count. They want to be heard, right? So censoring and muting people and oppressing them, it just explosive. I mean, it hurts. So when you give everybody their own platform and there's no limit for what they can achieve using that, I'm telling you, just look when people got the ability to post 140 characters, then 280 with so many restrictions. Now you have a website, you have a blog, you have products, pages, portals, capture pages, anything you want, video, conferencing in any language, play with that. You see, so all we did is the internet. As you see, there's a massive growth. It's incredible. It's if we're going to count something after water and oxygen, it will be internet or technology. All right. So the third essential thing of our life, okay, add to it freedom, security. Those are essentials, basic. Okay, finance, all that, all those requirements to our sanity. So if we provide that, we're reorganizing, remodeling the internet in a much more ethical way that the internet never seen before. That's the story of a single sign-on. Simplicity, cut time, better lifespan, better productivity, and give people more within their 24 hours, limited time they have, and the remaining balance of their lifespan, if they have, another 10 years, can you imagine they saved like 5 hours? Or if somebody had to leave their job, okay, not have to, I mean, they have the ability to leave a job that was taking 40, 50 hours a week from their life, literally, okay, and now they have the luxury to quit, resign, ditch that underpaying opportunity and those 40 hours a week. But again, when you have a job, by the time you sleep and the commute time and all that, basically you have nothing in life. All right. Yeah, you get a week a year and or 2 weeks. What can you do with it? But if you're able to help people get that freedom, time freedom, what can they do in it? Remember, I know most of us are hungry, but once you fill that tank, immediately you're going to be a better human being immediately. And I'm not saying that you're not good now. You're going to get more, you're going to have the ability to be more effective. You have things you wish you would do, but you know what? Money's tight. I wish I could, but I can't. We're going to cross or delete and destroy that I can't. Okay, yes, you can. Yes, you certainly can. It doesn't have to cost you your life to be captivated by something, and by the time you retire, you got no juice. They milked you. I mean, when you retire, like say in your 60s or so, right? Come on, they took your best, most precious days. So we want to help people, be more educated, have a stronger economy. I mean, it's what we're doing is just we're organizing, okay, reorganizing everything. Wealth, we're not creating that. Technology, we're not, we're just making it connected and make more sense with that single sign-on. That first click on any of our websites, millions of websites, it will be the start of your your new life. All right. So obviously you are in before that crowd, but future customers, anywhere they click, smart link, smart registration, smart devices, single sign-on. You understand why I'm crazy excited and ugly? That's all I have for you today. I hope it makes sense, and I hope it added value to you. So we have a new website. We have a new blog. We are improving things. And next Wednesday, I'm not sure if I'm going to be there, but it depends on the 360 leaders if they allow us to come. But If not, then they will let you know the date, okay, of the final day that we're able to register. So the registration form is going to be removed. And after that, any content related to founders will be removed, okay? So we're going to focus on that single sign-on. We're going to start opening a new dashboard that will be called ONPASSIVE temporarily until you have jeffreymorlock.com or whatever your identity is, okay, and /login, and you'll be able to log in from there. Can you ban ONPASSIVE? Can you stop it? How? So we're not going to ONPASSIVE. We're not relying on that as ONPASSIVE.com, not relying on ofounders.net. Everything is integrated. Integration. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you, Lynn, for having me and allowing me to come.
Thank you, Ash, for coming.
Absolutely. I have connections.
You have connections?
Thank you very much.
How
We
are you,
just want to
Chris?
let
Are
you
you
know
okay?
that there.
Sound younger. What happened?
So, Mr.
Yeah,
Mufaro, I
say
just
it,
want to
Lynn.
let you know there's no, we don't have any time constraints for you. You may be busy, but we want to let you know you're welcome to stay as long as you want. We covered our
I will be
topic.
listening while I'm doing other stuff, but I appreciate it. But I'm going to switch to the cell phone because I'm going to be moving around. But thank you so much for listening. And listen, I love being with you. I wish I have more time, but I just have more things than average people, what they have to do within 24 hours, same 24 hours. And by the way, sometimes, you know, people tell you, I don't know, I couldn't sleep or something like that. No, I literally woke up with this eye. Let me zoom into the camera. I mean, it was like a big bag balloon right here. I said, that's it. I'm not going to have an eye. Okay. It's about to explode.
Poor thing.
And apparently I have to sleep. I didn't know that.
Sleep is a good thing for you.
And my parts that are organs, okay, equipments are, you know, wearing out. They have a lot of mileage. So they don't take what they used to take before. I think so. It's time to have another hour of sleep once in a while. When
Call that a
possible.
sign.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you get that reminder. Hey, wake up. Okay. All right, you take care, guys. I love you.
Thanks.
Peace.
Thanks again,
and
Ash.
enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
I'll be around.
Thank you, Ash. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ash. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Wow, was that amazing or what?
What did you guys think? Give us a thumbs up if you thought it was fabulous. Wasn't it just amazing? Wow, so much coming.
Mind blowing.
For us, right, Ron?
Yes, ma'am.
So
I'm
much
excited.
coming. I know.
I don't know how much more excitement my old heart's going to take here, but I'm ready to take as much as he wants to throw towards us, like everybody else. We just need to keep positive attitudes. Okay, keep all the negativity down. Keep a positive attitude. When you talk to people, be positive. Okay, because ONPASSIVE is a household name. So wait for it. Right, Marty? Go ahead, Lynn.
All right. So at this point, I want to see whether the tech guys wanted to finish up with any of their content because we did kind of rush it. It's 9:40. So we've got time if we want to continue on that same vein before we go to anything else. Bob, Collins, Vincent, Oliver, Jeffrey, Marty.
We can
Go
wait
ahead.
for question and answers. Someone want to ask something they don't understand, or maybe something they want us to explain much more. We can do that as well.
All righty. We can go ahead and do that. So we're going to do a question and answer about our topic. And the topic is what? Single sign-on. the single sign-on system. So let's try to keep to that topic so that we can actually answer questions about it. All right. I know we could talk about this and that, but let's focus on the topic for today. Richard, do you have a comment about the topic? Hi, Richard. Lamat.
Yeah, you had me muted. I had to wait till you say unmute.
Yeah,
I love
I
all you
unmuted
beautiful men, women, and children of the world from the bottom of my heart. You know, single sign-on it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable that the way that they've got the security of this company so secure that that single sign-on is going to give you everything. And I mean everything. You know, it's amazing. It's just amazing. And from what I can see, the only way you can really do that is encryption. So if you tech people are there, is there encryption involved in here? Because that's the only way really that you can have a single sign-on. Which one can answer?
One of them will surely answer you in a second.
Yes, Richard, encryption is one of the cornerstone, the key security measure that we implement. Mr. Ash told us the other day that we have what we call SSL certificates. They authenticate every transaction from every source that is coming from. We make sure that source is legit, it's legal, and then they enable encryption to take encryption transactions to come from that source, from that endpoint, from the origin of the data being transmitted through the communication channel to the endpoint where it gets to through TLS. You know, it's called TLS is transport layer security, you know. So it is encrypted from one end to another. It's unhackable.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'll add a bit to what my brother Bob said. So what I would like Richard to know is that security, single sign-on and security are intertwined. So they are almost inseparable. So we cannot separate one to another. So if you didn't know, the whole concept of the only single login is to beef up the security of sensitivity. So it's high-level company sources. So they are all inseparable, security and single sign-on. So they work together. So there's no separate between them. So that's why I want to add. Thanks, Bob, for this also. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was amazed because I remember him saying they even hired hackers to build their security. It's unbelievable, you know, just unbelievable.
So,
but another thing that I would
Richard,
like to say is about that 1,200 people, poor people that have been helped by Ash and the company. Now that really made me cry with joy. And that tells us how Ash Mufaraj has a big heart, like I've been saying since the beginning in 2018. I felt that heart of his, and I still feel it today. And I hope his eye gets better and that he does get some sleep. Probably his wife slapped him in his sleep. But I'll leave you all with a big kiss and a big hug. Thank you so much. Wonderful answer.
Go ahead,
LYNN,
Collins. I know Collins is going to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say this because, you know, a lot of people get confused when Mr. Ash Mufaraj said we hire hackers. You know, there is a department in every software development called quality assurance. So quality assurance, I always say they are professional hackers because every product will pass through that department, you know, for verification and everything. So every testing is done within those departments. So if the software is not secure, the software is not functionally wise, what they will do is they will push it back to development. They said, no, we cannot go out. So it's just a cycle of things. So they hack, they test, they hack, they test, they do everything you can think of with that software until the software is suitable for consumption. That is why they can tick it and say, yes, we are happy with this software before you can see it out. So Mr. Alpha used that terminology. They are professional hackers. but it's because they test, they make sure the software is suitable. Just want to add that.
Thank you very much. Next, we have, let's see, Wanda Woodward. Hi, Wanda. There's an unmute button. You just click it. I asked you to unmute.
I did. Can you hear me now?
There you go. Yes, we can. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Exciting times. Very exciting. I have a curiosity question now that we're talking about single sign-on and the insight we were given the other day about blockchain. And my question is this. So 5 billion people online, we're going to have a single sign-on system. And we're looking at so many people clicking and we're getting their information in the ONPASSIVE system. So I can see, I think, a connection between our security for login, sign-on information being on a blockchain where the ledger would have that information for each individual and the record being kept and updated as people come on and change their identity if they need to. They may not have to, but that log would be there and be part of the ledger on a security blockchain within our system. Am I thinking in the right direction?
Not only are you thinking in the right direction, you are teaching people here how it works. I wish I could have said that at noon. Yeah, very,
Thanks,
very
Marty.
good.
I'm like, wait,
that
wait,
was
wait,
perfect.
wait.
Hey, the money will be in the mail. The money will be in the mail.
Thank you, Marty. Woo, I'm just like, I feel like I have a temperature. I'm like, fan myself. This is big. This is big. Wow. Okay.
No, what you just said, now you see how big it is. It's big. It's not just about cryptocurrency. It's storing information on a blockchain is big, big. And it's very, very secure. Once the tech guys investigate it more, they'll be back and they're going to blow you away. But it's really, really big. You couldn't have explained it any better, Jay Wu. I'm telling you, it was perfect what you just said. Perfect.
Well, I know one thing. If we get to understand the single sign-on, it will make so much more sense with our other products and how it is that globally we're going to command everything. I'm just like, be patient, calm down. It's coming, it's coming. Thanks, Ash. I know you're listening. This is like too cool.
Thank you, Wanda. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, Willow, there's a question in the chat pertaining to single sign-on. So I'm gonna address that and you'll be next. So this is Denise Armenio, who says, as a representative professor of the University of Humanitarian Medicine, with hope to use OBLES and OCademy for our online courses, can you comment on how a sign-on for a group could work, such as sub-sign on per professor? Or does each professor need to have their own ONPASSIVE portal? Is there any room for an organization, prior academy, to have sub-accounts? And I don't really know if we have that information available yet, but I think someone in the group here could tell us if we even know that, or if we just need to wait and find out.
No, I'm sure that a college will have the C panel, the control panel, to run the whole college off of whatever they need to do. It's not going to be like each professor has to go in and go to it. They're going to make it. They're going to custom make it whatever the people want. If it's individual, be individual. But if it's a school, I think you can customize it to do anything they want. I understand exactly what they're saying, because it would be a nightmare if everybody's going to something different. No. I don't think it's that way. I think it could be, from what I said, they can customize it any way they want. They made it so that it's user-friendly for the small, the medium, and gigantic, like universities or anything else. So, yeah, because what they're saying is true. What would you do? You have 5 students under one teacher and 5 under another, and that's a different. I don't think so. I think they can do whatever they want to set up. I don't know exactly how, I mean, I don't want you to think I know all that, but it will be made so that they can do whatever they want. I would guarantee that.
Yeah, Lynn, Marty, you're absolutely correct. The main gateway for that's going to be through ONPASSIVE, but it's going to be allocated out, and the accesses will be allocated via gateways that are provided through the control of whoever's on campus or whatever. And yeah, but you're right. You're absolutely right.
All right. So basically what we're saying is we're going to meet people's needs. If it's a group, we will meet their needs for access, and it will be easy for them. Thank you very much. All right. We have Willow Griffith. Come on down, Willow.
Thank you. I got my question answered because I read the same question in chat, and it kind of applied to me too. What my question is, Lynn, say myself, for example, my husband's had a stroke, and I log in for him and I do work for him on his site. So he has a presence and he knows what he's doing, but he just can't sometimes think fast enough right now to get by. And I have other family members that I'm going to be looking over their accounts and taking care of them for them. So my question is, do I lump all of those founder positions that I care for into one single sign-in, or will there be a way that I can work through that without a minefield, you know, of I know Ash suggested that I change over, you know, give everybody their positions right away, but I can't do that right now. I have one person that's almost, you know, dependent upon me to help them out. So
Each account, Willow, is its own business, complete. I mean, from top to bottom,
exactly.
however big it can be. So if it's an email, it's an account, and it's independent of anybody else's account. Even if you own two, you own two different full-blown companies, whatever you want to do, big, small, whatever happens to it. So yeah, the login will always be separate. It will never be together.
Okay.
You can help them. I mean, I'm going to run my grandchildren, right?
Yeah, me too.
But I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. I'm just going to maintain it until they get older.
Overview it is what I was thinking, you know, to see if there's something that we need to do. We were alerted to. Marty, you answered my question totally. I was just concerned that in my capacity, I am pretty good with software and things. And there are members in my family that don't ever get on the internet. And so I wanted to find a way that I can facilitate them, keep them up to date and still, but if I have to sign on to each individual account, then I can do so. But I remember Ash telling us back in, I think it was 2020, that I was worried about getting all the payments for the sites that I had, you know, and he said, you can, you know, kind of lump them together. And I thought maybe there would be a process that if I had 10 accounts that I was taking care of, and I have additional accounts like you do, Marty, and everything, that we can lump them into one sign-on. And if that would be possible, but if it's not, it's not. My God, I'm grateful anyway. Anyway, we have to get on, you know, if we have to do it singly, it's going to be great. But I hope that maybe there might be a way we can streamline it.
Yeah, let me tell you what I like. If when we start, I will pay for my grandchildren's accounts through my account. I'll just send it to them and upgrade them so that they're running, so they're in the race.
Right.
So I could do that. You could do that peer to peer. So you could do that now. But I think to get the 2020 vision on ONPASSIVE, it has to be up and running. I think we can't see everything, so it's hard to explain how it's going to look. We're getting a better and better picture every time Ash comes on. You start to get a little more. The problem is he's not focusing in; he's making it bigger. So every time we try to focus in, he makes it even bigger. So you know, it's like, are you kidding me? As soon as I thought I had an idea, I realized, you know, I don't know 10%, I know 5%. And if it comes back tomorrow, it's going to be 4%. It never gets, I never know more, I know less.
I
But
know.
we'll get it when it launches and we start seeing breakdowns of it. Our vision will get closer. Like people ask me, how are you going to market? I don't know. I don't know how I would market until I see how do I enter all of these packages. Even though there's one sign on, I'm going to look at everybody, what kind of people come in, right? Like he said that
Yes.
that thing he brought up tonight to me is like, oh my gosh, you know, where somebody makes I don't know if they got to put an email or something, they're locked to you forever. You know, that is a really big deal, man. And there's ways to do that without selling anything.
Yep.
Right?
With
It's
no
just
bless.
talking. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
thousands,
with
we don't even know, Willow. We know it's bless, yeah. But how about all the other stuff? How about just talking? How about you doing your show at midnight?
Yep. Yep.
Say, how would you like to go somewhere and chat where they don't take your identity? Boom, they come over to you, they're locked to you for life. You don't think they're going to find something unpassive they want to buy? No, think about what I'm saying. It's that it is, you're going to be linked all different ways. We're going to see it as it comes clear. It's coming clear. The problem is, Ass keeps throwing other stuff at us. So now it's like, oh my God, I thought I understood. But that's the fun part. It's just, he's just opening up more and more to us. But it'll be clear. When we need to know, we'll know. When we need to know, we'll know.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Willow. Appreciate it. Next, we have Mohammed Sayad from Canada. Hi, Mohammed.
Hello, everyone. All the panelists. So excited and happy to be here. I have a question, and my question is more like kind of similar question that she asked is pertaining to accounts. When I first signed up, I started with my single account, and then I started bringing in family members, and some of them, they're not even in North America. So with the signature and everything, based on the idea and the photos that they send me, I try to do what I can, and some of the signatures are not that much of an accurate, like it's just like a random line, right? So I was still waiting to log into those accounts. I manage those accounts, they're all underneath me, but I know the website right now is kind of like pretty jammed up, and I haven't been able to edit those signature on the non-disclosure form. That's just my question.
Okay, Mohammed, this particular webinar is for the public. It's not for founders specifically. And the questions you have are more founder-focused questions, right?
Yeah.
So I wondered if you could hold that and bring it to the corporate webinar, which is every Monday.
Okay.
And be sure to raise your hand and bring it up then, or talk with a leader before then if you need to. But I think we want to stick with the topic of the webinar, if you don't mind, Mohammed.
All right, sorry about that. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much. Next, we have Jeffrey Morlock.
Thank you, Lynn. Actually, I wanted to go back with what Marty and Willow were referring to, and it's a good point for clarification.
You're muted,
I think
Jeffrey.
you got muted.
You're
Yeah.
muted, Jeffrey.
Is that
Try to-
better?
Yes, much
Hear me
better.
now.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm not sure what you heard, so I'll just kind of start over. I wanted to go back with what Marty and Willow were talking about with regard to the single sign-ons. That's a good point of clarification for people that are listening to us, because all night long we've been saying, hey, we've got a single sign-on that's going to give you access to everything. As founders accounts, we have single sign-on to each individual account, regardless of the amount or the number of accounts we have. So we're not saying that with sign-on or with a single sign-on that you can lump all your accounts together and sign on to them all at the same time. That is not, we will not have that capability. That would be a security issue to be sure, but you can do it individually. So we just don't want people to think, oh, I'll be able to take my 10 accounts and I can create a single sign-on for that and log on to all of them at once. No, that's not the case.
Thank you very much for that. Bob?
Yes, Lynn, I just wanted to add to when Richard asked his question about encryption, I just remember something that I would have added. I just wanted to add that the encryption, we actually, Mr. Ash is doing something incredible with our systems, actually, when it comes to encryption. He's actually encrypting the entire database, which is a very expensive thing to do. You can ask Vincent, who uses a database in J. It's very expensive to encrypt the database, but he's doing that with ONPASSIVE just to tell you how he takes security very seriously. You know, typically most companies, they will just encrypt the columns that have personal information like PII or credit card information to save money. But as you know, with Ash Mufarah, money is not the issue. He's encrypting the entire database just to make sure everything is secure. So I just wanted to give that to Richard. So you should rest assured we are, when it comes to security, ONPASSIVE does not play. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ron, you can go ahead and read that question, please. Ron Hubbard?
John answered it. So we're good to go.
All righty. I think we've got everyone covered. I don't see any more hands raised to ask any questions. Do we want to have any of us, the co-hosts, want to have any final words?
Lynn, before we go, before they come, I just want to say something, like add something. Jeffrey Mallock said something about the single sign-on. Just for clarification, we're talking about single sign-on on our products. Look at our products as a standalone product. Say you have mail, you have DEX, you have all of those products. You know, in a crazy world, all of those products will have individual sign-on to get to that product. But what Mr. Ash Mufarah have done is he put everything in one place and you just have to sign one time to get to everything. That's what they call single sign-on. It's not about the account, it's about getting access to all of those products. So the more they build, that's our ecosystem. You log in and you can just click a button, you get to that product. Click a button, you're in mail. Click a button, you're in DEX. Click all those icons, just click on it. You are in everywhere of those products. So you don't have to sign again. But most companies will buy those products individually, like in a crazy world. You know, all of those products have you have to sign to get access to those products. But we have it in our ecosystem just for one single sign-on. You sign in once and then you get to all of those products. That's what is called single sign-on. Wallet and everything, they are just there, all encrypted and secured. So I just want to clear the air of single sign-on.
Thank you very much. Armin Dean, how are you? Come on down.
Hi, wonderful. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Juan. Hello, fellow founders. Yes, my question is about single sign-on. Does that, for the wallet though, you do have to sign into that separately on top of the first sign-on. Is that not correct? That's correct.
Good question.
I think you are correct, but I stand to be corrected. You know, there's an additional security when it comes to the wallet. Remember the way Oliver explained, you enter, or I think it was Collins, you enter, or no, it's Oliver, yeah. You enter the house to go to the safe, you know. So there's an additional layer of security because it's wallet, right? We're doing transaction with money. So maybe I think the facial recognition and all that. So there's just for the wallet.
Yes.
Yes.
Very important. Thank you.
Mandine, I will add also to that, because just for you, I know my brother answered the question correctly, but I will also add to that. So what I'm saying is similar to the bank process system. When you log in, you can do everything within your bank system. But when you want to transfer maybe big amount or anything, transfer money, they ask you extra security before you can do that. So it's similar to what you should have in our wallet. because you have single sign-in, you sign in, you can do everything. But when it comes to money, when you want to process any transaction, you need another extra security. It's like a safe in your house. You open your key, like my brother Oliver said, you enter in your house. But if you want to get money, you can enter every single room, toilet, everything. You don't need any key to open doors again. But if you have your safe in your home, before you open the safe, you need another security key to open the safe. So it works a similar way with all wallets, if I want to put in this way.
So thank you, Vincent, for that. So then when you come in with your original sign-on, you might be able to see your balance in your wallet, but you can't touch it until you go to that next step.
If you want to put anything,
Lisa, let me come in. You know, we're just saying out of our general knowledge, but let's wait and then see what Mr. Ashmofara has, because we can say it, but we've not seen it. But the single sign is about getting in. But when it comes to that, those extra security layer, or if we'll be able to see the balance or anything, I think will be the final time when we are there, and then Mr. Ashmofara will display that for us. So whatever we say here, we're just looking at how applications are built, and look at it in another way and how other companies operate. But when it comes to ONPASSIVE, especially with that, Mr. Ashmofara is the final person to say this is how it is. And I'm a little bit careful to say, yeah, we'll see the balance. Maybe they'll hide the balance, we'll not see it, or maybe we'll see it. We don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. And then will we see the full program, right? Like as though we went straight to that page, like the OMail, for example. Will it be part of this ONPASSIVE system internal, the way it is in our founders, or will it be looking more like if you were to go to omail.onpassive.com, like if you, right? Like, would you be able to go straight to the main application?
So you mean like when you log in, right, as a single sign-on? Because normally you'll be able to navigate the same like the way we are. When we log in, we have our OTP. You get in, you go onto OME, you navigate to OME, navigate to ODEX, navigate to all those applications. That's the beauty of single sign-on, because you don't have to log again to those applications because they're already there ready for you to use.
But right, the programs, because they are inside of founders, like for example, OMail seems a bit restricted. It seems a bit restrictive because it's inside. If it was like a full-blown program that you could go to, but you already signed on, so you'll just go straight to that page. I'm just wondering if that's which way it's going to look when on the final product. Is it going to remain looking as it does now inside of the ONPASSIVE system, or is going to be more like?
I don't think so, but again, we'll wait when we move into onpassive.com and we'll see how the structure is. But now, remember, they just put that for beta testing in all founders. So what they've just put there is beta testing. But when they move, they integrate it into all founder, into onpassive.com, then we'll see the full-blown products, how it looks like. And how
that's what I believe too. I think I'm hoping for that. Very good, very good. And I'm very, very excited. And lately, I have been thinking that we may just be able to clear the national debt. And then I started thinking we may be able to clear the worldwide debt. Okay, so that's how huge I'm starting to think now. So thank you, Mr. Ash. Thank you all, fellow founders and leaders of these groups. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Good deal. Thank you, Armadine. All righty. Violet Ryan, come on down. Miss Violet, if you can unmute. There you go.
It says the host is not allowing participants to unmute themselves.
Yeah,
that's why I couldn't get in. Okay, I have a question. If I use, I'm guessing OConnect is going to be like Google or Facebook.
OConnect is like a Zoom.
Zoom.
Zoom. okay, whatever it is that's going to be like Google, and I can order something online, are they going to, will ONPASSIVE check to see if it's a legit place or if they're scamming and trying to get my information? Because I ordered something online with my credit card, and some darling person in South Africa had a field day with my money, and I wasn't impressed.
You want me to try to take that one?
Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Violet.
Hello.
One of the beautiful things that ONPASSIVE is doing with this single sign-on and everything within ONPASSIVE is the creation of a market, a global market, where you're going to have every kind of store you can think of within the ONPASSIVE, and they're going to, they're already doing the legwork, and they know these are good. Now, if you go outside of ONPASSIVE to buy something, obviously ONPASSIVE is not going to check them out.
Okay.
But we're going to have an entire marketplace. That's part of the beauty of what we're doing. But you're going to have an entire marketplace that you can go to from inside, from your inside of ONPASSIVE, and they will be vetted by ONPASSIVE before they ever get in.
Okay, that's wonderful. Same goes for guys like Bitcoin and you know, like what do you call those guys? I've been scammed 3 times with those, and I'm not impressed there either. You know, just give us this money and we'll find it for you, or we'll, you know, put in Bitcoin. I'd be very rich right now if that Bitcoin had gone through.
I can tell you my plan. And my plan is to live inside of ONPASSIVE. I'm going to log on, and I'm never going to log out, and I'm never going to leave.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm so looking forward to this. Just want to say thanks to everyone. You guys are amazing in all the info that you have, and you are so amazing in being able to explain it to us and help us to understand. And have a great evening. Well, it's evening where I am.
Thank you, Violet. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Jeffrey, go ahead. You had your hands up.
Yeah, actually, I did. I was kind of excited about things that were happening here. Armin Dean, you were asking about OMail. The OMail that we have right now is an abbreviated version of the real OMail package. So when we get it, you guys are going to be, we're going to be blown away by what it will do and what it will allow, and the securities and the protocols and the things that are in it. And they've got a lot of things in there that Mr. Ash was talking about, that these are first time features that we've only seen in our imagination before now. So when this thing comes out, it's not going to look like what you see in the back office. It's going to be something, it's going to be unicorn style. So just be ready for that. But I just wanted to kind of, I know that my tech brothers were talking about the single sign-on and the enormity of it, and just to kind of bring that back into focus, that when we consider having a single sign-on to one location, right? One location that is allowing everything inside that location, right? Allowing access to every platform in there. So all 50 departments, all of our products, all of the platforms, whatever they've got going on inside there, every product, which includes a global marketplace. So now you can go out and you can shop till you drop, as they say. And every bit of that is also connected to a very, I say, hyper secure wallet, as the techs were talking about, with the multi-tier layers of encryption and security involved in that wallet. And that wallet can transfer your funds seamlessly and freely between your accounts and between any other accounts within ONPASSIVE that has the ONPASSIVE wallet. And it can connect to your financial systems externally from ONPASSIVE. And when you say all this is done from one location, that, I mean, that's got to blow your mind, because that is a whole lot of firepower, especially when you start thinking that every sale, every transaction, everything that happens within the scope, within the sphere, within the world or universe of ONPASSIVE has the capability, it has the potential for you to earn from. Every single one. I mean, if you have somebody that signs up with you and you've got a web page in there, and for whatever reason, somebody that you don't even know comes in, clicks on whatever link you've allowed to be there, and they buy something, you get a piece of that. Thousands and thousands. I love what Marty said a long time ago with his metaphor, his analogy of Walmart, when he said you walk in and you might only want to get a bag of chips, but anybody else going through, everything else they buy, you own part of Walmart, you're going to get a piece of that. So that's going to be multiplied many times over, not just from your single site and your single products and your single reseller products, but from anything and everything that people go into ONPASSIVE to buy. It is literally mind-blowing when you've got that much security and access in one place. You need to understand this is, and it's just getting bigger. Marty wasn't kidding. We're getting a little, every day our information about what we know is happening seems to be withering, but the excitement is getting bigger because the entirety of ONPASSIVE is getting bigger. And we're at a precipice now where, I mean, you've got the data centers and the Inno labs, and you've got the physical products coming out, and you've got everything all coming to a head, and it's going to explode, and the world's going to know who we are. And I love the way he says it. The whole world's going to know your name. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Okay, Mr. Naga, unmute if you would. Come on down. I say your name right, Naga? You got to unmute, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ron, since long ago, you are become my Facebook friend. Already, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm very thankful to give an opportunity to interact with you. And LYNN ma'am, long time I know. See, I want to greet all our sisters and great ma'ams, Dr. Benny, Dr. and all of our ONPASSIVE family. I want to greet. Actually, I traveled from Nigeria. Actually, I was in Nigeria. I'm working in Nigeria, so I already come to see my family for annual leave. I wanted to say, while we are sitting on the flight, then we are waiting for landing. So we are waiting for the landing of ONPASSIVE. Very nearby airport is coming now. Already nearby the airport. It should be land. I think so, actually. So I had just now I had Ashma Faras's words also in our Facebook. So Facebook Live, somewhere I was looking. Then I searched it and I come to back office. I see and I join in our this, webinar now. So I wanted to ask one question, sir. This new founders is joining one day by day. So their own side, they don't have new products like some OSTAP or something is not coming to sign for them. So is there any problem for them, sir?
When I take that, I didn't quite understand it.
Can I come back again?
Go ahead, say it again.
say new founders. There is a new founders. So the new founders, they don't get some of the products for signing, single signing, that digital, that name and accept, that is the signing is there, no, sir? Product signing. So that's when they are when they are entering the founder's position, they are not getting the some of the products. After small time, it may come. After some of the days, it may come. But that time they may not receive that products, and they know for agreement, signing agreement for that products. Is there any problem for them, sir?
I think what they need to do is just give them some grace period. Okay, wait a little bit, and everything should smooth out. Okay, and then if it doesn't within a few days or a week or so, and then you can get one of the leaders or somebody to help you out with that.
Absolutely, Ron. The text, I mean, these guys are going 100 miles a minute, and they are doing all sorts of things, and they are continually updating that back office and things in there. So yeah, cut them a little slack. If you go in and you try to log into OMail, for instance, you know, and it comes up and you sign it, and it doesn't automatically go right straight into it, give it a day or so. They're ironing these quirks out. This is all part of the data system, all part of the beta testing that we're doing. And we may think that these little things are little glitches and they kind of hurt us, but they're collecting all this data continually, 24/7, million people in there and in the back. They're collecting the data and they're sifting it and sorting it and going through it, and they're fixing the glitches as they find it. It's a lot of data to go through, but trust them and just cut them some slack. They'll fix it. It will work. It's just, it might. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, give them a little time, give them a day or so. It'll happen.
Thank you, Job from Alex. Thank you, sir.
Is that all you have? Is that good, Naga?
Yeah, very good. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Have a great night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You know, I've pretty much found that if you think you have a problem, they know about it already. So you know, just like Jeffrey says, give them some slack, okay? Because they're working around the clock on this thing. So now we have the Miss Willa Griffiths, the wonderful, beautiful Willow Griffith. Come on down.
God bless you. Honey, I have a hypothetical. In effect, a lady asked me today, if the person comes in and they only purchase from you off your site, OConnect, do they get the same privileges of seeing all the other products? Maybe not being able to use them, but seeing them like we do from the cockpit, so to speak, or are they just limited when they sign in just to OConnect? Do they just sign into OConnect? Does that make sense, Marty? Tell me it does.
Oh, good question. Jeffrey, you want to take that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
you. I'll tell you what, Mr. Mufar has got to be one of the most generous people on the planet, because you know he's got freebies in there for everybody.
Yeah.
And you're right. They're going to have different packages. They don't have to come in and buy the whole store. They can buy the one thing they need, but you can guarantee yourself that they will have access in trial periods. They will be able to see some things. They may have limited featureability or functionality to them. It may not be the whole product or the whole application, but they will be able to test it. They will see it. And I'm telling you what, he's going to leave something to make them want, and they're going to be back. And no matter what they do buy, you're going to get a piece of it, and they're going to love it, and they're going to come to their senses and buy the whole thing.
Can I say one thing? If they just buy one, can they get a reseller package also? For like if they just buy OConnect, but they want to be a reseller also.
I don't know if that's something he's going to allow. It would seem to me. And Marty, I'm looking for you, but I don't see you.
I don't see him either. He left us, I think.
Okay, Marty, maybe
he's with us.
A little more able to answer that. In that, once we open publicly, I mean, there's two things you can do. You can come in as a reseller, which means you buy access to everything because that's what we sell. So if you just come in and you buy one thing, you're not qualified to be a reseller.
That's what I thought too.
That seems to be my reasoning, you know, and as a customer, you're just buying what you need for your site, or you can buy everything and just use what you want. So,
well, Ash said something, Jeffrey, about last 2 or 3 sessions we had with him, that if you're just going to purchase, you know, something, it's not going to be carte blanche, you know, because we were talking about resellers then too. But a lot of people are confused about, they think that if they just come in and sign in with one product, they can become resellers for that particular product. That was the question I had today. And I said, I don't think so. I don't think that the reseller position works like that, you know. So you clarified it. It sounds
well, I don't think that's the case. But you know what? I wouldn't put it past Mr. Mufara. I mean, he's got a mantra that says we're going to give value, and if it makes sense, we're going to do it. And if it's going to help people, we're going to do it. So, you know, I mean, what better marketing could you get if you buy a single product and you say, man, I love this product, I want to sell it. He's like, he's liable to say, go sell it. You know what I mean?
Maybe so.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him.
She was
Again,
a real
Marty, what do you think? I think that'd be good marketing.
You know, she was a real religious lady, and I just love her. But she doesn't want all the other stuff. She says, I don't want all that. I just want to use O Connect on my church. And she says, I'll sell it to everybody that's there, you know, if I have a website and whatever. But I said, I don't know how that's going to be possible unless you have O Create and you get that package and another package. You have to have it. It's, you know, combined together. So that's what I really wanted clarification for, if they could buy. I didn't want to tell her absolutely no, but I just didn't have the answers, Jeffrey, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, I would not limit Mr. Mufara's generosity. My guess is, you know, he's there for value, and he wants everything affordable for everybody.
He's a darling, isn't he?
So, yeah. What do you think, Marty?
Every time.
I think the highest percentage of people, 90 or higher, probably higher, will just be customers. And they'll come in and buy what they want. There'll be packages. They can buy this package, that package. And I'm sure the tech team and Ash put packages that make sense together. I also believe that while they have that package, Willow, and they're doing whatever it is they do and they're having fun, that somewhere on that outskirts of that page will be other things that they can get if they want it. I think the availability will always be there. I also think as a customer, there will be a wallet and they're going to see money in it.
Yep.
It may not be a lot, but there'll be some money in it. And they're going to go, what is that? And they click on it and say, you can have this. And if you're a reseller, you can make money sharing this business. That's clicking a button. Now, what package you need to do that? Maybe whatever package you have. I don't know. That's going to be clear. The 2020 vision comes in then. But I know they're going to go, they get in, and they're going to get a bonus, a sign-in bonus, and they're going to make money day one. They're going to have something there.
I told her to send all her church people to me, and I'll sign them up and they'll connect.
No, but I think we'll be surprised that a lot of people come in, they're not thinking about making money, they just want to do it.
That's right.
Like AWeber, for example, it's really expensive, and we had like 200,000 or 300,000 leads in there, right? It's hundreds and hundreds a month. And I'm thinking, man, how can we save on this? Now you can save by bringing more people in, but at the time we're building on passive. It wasn't running yet, so there is no money coming in, right? So what I did was if you share AWeber, every time you share it, the price that you pay comes down. It never pays you. It just takes down what the price is. And I believe a customer can do the same. I believe a customer can share something to the level of breaking even.
Oh,
Anything above that, they become a reseller where they'd have to push a button or whatever. I'm not
I
100.
remember Ash saying that. We're going to let them use our products.
But remember,
it's going to be free. Remember? He said,
this is over 3 years of me with Mr. Ass and the company. Things change a lot.
Yes.
But that's one thing I remember at one point in time. But I wouldn't be surprised. The flexibility is what Ask does, right? So there's nothing concrete. If it helps and helps people do more and they can do more and they want it and he thinks it's valuable, he'll do it. I mean, it's that simple. But right now, I remember you could be a customer and break even. Like you could get to where you don't have to pay. Yeah, I do remember that. So.
You just triggered that in my mind because I remember the webinar we were on when he mentioned that we're going to just have customers. They're going to find out they're getting that product free after a while. After they pay for it for a while, they're going to be getting it free. So it must go down in increments, you know. Whether that's still in place right now, Marty, or not, I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter, but I think everybody's going to see while they're in that one store that they purchased, they're going to see the mall of ONPASSIVE all around them, right? And they're going to go, well, what is that? And I think, like Jeffrey said, there'll be a lot of free versions where you can go in and get your feet wet, look at the water, and say, do I want to swim or not? And I think a lot of people will swim because, remember, Ash is going to have, he's also going to have physical products. We don't even know what they are yet.
Exactly.
Like, we don't even know. I think you'll be able to buy anything on the planet, almost, from ONPASSIVE one day. I think you enter ONPASSIVE in the morning when you get up, you do what you got to do, and when you get off, you're done with anything you need to do online. I think it'll encompass everything we need. I really do, eventually.
Thank you. I'm going to go because I hope you all come and join me on chat tonight because I'll never be able to sleep after this webinar. Never.
Thank you, Ella.
Thank you, Lynn and Ron, for being such a gracious group here. I thank you, and I love you all.
Oh, we love having everybody here. Trust me. I'm going to kick it back to my co-host, Lynn, but first I just want to tell everybody that I really appreciate all the thoughts and prayers that you've sent. Trust me, it helps, and keep them coming because from my heart, it helps me a lot. So just wanted to throw that in there. A big thank you. So Lynn, take it away.
Ron, you know, we're a family here.
Yes.
Within this webinar itself, I feel it's a family within Friday Night Live, and we've got to know each other quite well over I think over a year. We've been doing this. I feel like it's been over a year now, but or around a year. And, you know, we've become acquainted with one another. You know, when we come into the webinar and someone says hello, we recognize their name. We know who they are before we even see their video. So we've become friends, and it's really wonderful. And everybody cares about you, Ron, and we're hoping the best for you and that you get to feeling better.
You know, they say that it don't get any better than this. Well, stick around because Ash McFarrell will make a difference more tomorrow. So it's always going to get better. So all we got to do is have faith and believe in the man. So.
Exactly. And our future is so bright and so secure just by being part of ONPASSIVE.
In it to win it. Everybody,
yes.
In it to win it.
Totally. We're all in a great place. And I think most of us here in this webinar are probably founders, I would guess. And so we are at peace knowing what is going to come. It's going to bless the world and uplift humanity. It really is going to, yes. So we appreciate all of you for being here. I see we're going to have Charles Martin as our last speaker tonight. Last questioner. Go ahead, Charles. Hi, Charles. You can unmute. You're unmuted. Go ahead and speak. You're unmuted, but your volume is not up high enough. Can you raise your volume? All right. Well, we'll come back to you when you figure out how to turn your audio on. Okay, we're going to have Kano as our last commenter. Okay, so go ahead, Kano. We're gonna be wrapping it up soon.
Yes, hello, good night.
Hello.
Good night, Lynn.
Good evening.
Good night to all the panelists, Marty, Ron, everybody else, all the ladies, the mothers, the grandmothers, and everybody else that's on ONPASSIVE. I'm calling in from Brooklyn, New York. Don't have a question. Just want to say, let everybody pray for the system, pray for the process, allow God to do what he do, ask him to remove what is not to be there, and to protect and guide what's to be there. And let everybody just do a little bit of oh bless in their own way. Don't worry about what's gonna happen. Don't worry about the process, if you're gonna get in, if you're not gonna get in. Just have faith and do yourself a favor. Everybody do a little bit of oh bless. So I'm asking everybody or anybody in New York, we have a system in Brooklyn, New York that we are beginning to do now with oh bless. We are making t-shirts, we're making banners. Soon you will see us. I just want everybody else, if they can't make a t-shirt, tell somebody you love them. If you can't make a banner, give something, doesn't matter how small it is. So that's what I really got to say. Thank everybody for just being who they are. And good night, and let the process be the process.
Thank you. Thank you for those encouraging words. Beautiful. Thank you. So Charles, last opportunity to speak. Charles, is your audio working now? Okay, evidently not. So we're going to end tonight by thanking all of you for being here. We want to thank Marty DeGarmo, who opens up our webinar for us every Friday. Thank you to Bill Musk, who has created the Zoom background that we love and use every week. Thank you to Jeffrey Morlack, who has created our graphics for us, and he's actually been teaching me how to make graphics, a skill that I do need to develop so that I can be autonomous. So I appreciate his tutelage and his support. It's a really special thing. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Thank you for being our speaker today. Thank you to Marty for also contributing. Thank you to our OTech pros who research the topic and actually do some legwork before they present so that the content is valuable and meaningful to you all here. And we appreciate our let's see, who do we got? We got Julie. Julie's here, who's a supporter of our webinar. Thank you, Julie. Thank you to Chris, who is enjoying a nice vacation, and I'm glad for that. Let's see, am I missing anybody else?
Hey, Lynn.
So the yes,
Lynn,
yes.
Thank you
Yes.
to John Borello for helping out with the question and answers.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you very much, because the chat is a very important part of the webinar, and I'm not very good at monitoring the chat, I'll admit that. So really thank you to John for monitoring and helping answer questions. I appreciate that. It's a big, big help. And thank you to those of you in the group here who monitored the videos and the gallery for anything that was unusual. I appreciate that. It's really, really helpful, because we only have two eyes, you know, there's only so much we can do. So we appreciate your support. And most of all, we want to thank you, the attendees, for coming tonight. And our final thanks is to Ash Mufara, who gave of his time. You know, he's a very busy man, but he came in today to share some wonderful features of the website and exciting news for us. So thank you very much, Ash Mufara, for giving us your time and energy. We appreciate you very much. So at this time, we're going to say aloha, and remember, we're going to be here next week, Friday at 8 p.m. with another topic that Ash Mufara has suggested for our tech team to cover. So you know it's going to be an important topic. So be sure you attend next Friday. We have the Tech Pros webinar tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And that's going to be the same topic, which is the single sign-on as a system. So we'll be going into more depth than we did today. So please join us there. And after that, we have the Kenya ONPASSIVE webinar, which is at 12:30 p.m., where we will also have the Tech Pros covering that topic. Anything else? And at midnight is the Papua New Guinea webinar, and we invite you to attend. It's posted in the back office. It's a wonderful webinar. And we have Julie and Milo at 2 p.m. Correct, Julie? You got your webinar at 2 p.m., right? Julie?
Yes, it is, Lynn. Thanks so much, Lynn.
You got a
Appreciate
topic,
you.
or is it open mic?
It's open mic on the Julie and Milo show. We always welcome everyone who likes to come out, speak, and share their ONPASSIVE stories. This is a family show. So if anyone would like to join us, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you, Lynn and Ron. You guys are awesome. Love you guys.
Please. We love you too. We support Julie and Milo show. It's the longest running show in ONPASSIVE, and we applaud them for their commitment and their consistency in these webinars. It does take work to run webinars. So we appreciate you very much, Julie, for your heart and commitment. Julie and Milo, thank you. All right, so I think we're good right now. We're gonna allow everybody to unmute. We're gonna go to the gallery view, and I will unmute everybody. Everybody say bye to each other.
Thank you, Lynn ma'am.
Thank you and good night.
Now, why are we on this?
Good night. Good morning. Good evening. Lovely to be here with all of you.
Doctors in the house. The doctors in the house.
Hi from Virginia.
Hi, Brother Richard.
You all. We love you.
All that stir for our
Good job, Colin.
Love you, everyone.
Love you. Information.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, wanted to
Bye, guys.
Good love.
Bye.
Happiness.
Bye, Roland.
Good night.
Roland.
Good night.
And I was.
Rupa.
I wanted to say that we had almost 500 participants today. So we're really excited that people are excited about technical topics. And this is what Friday night is all about, making technical topics simple so that everyone can understand. And just by your attendance, it's showing us that you are interested in learning and growing. So we're really thrilled about that. Thank you. Okay, back to saying bye. Bye, everybody. I had to say that.
Bye, John.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody. See you at the next level up top. Watch out, folks. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.